key for us is, I mean, we're global as well. I mean, we're in almost every country in the world. The unique thing for us is we're fairly balanced across the key zones. So about a third in Asia, a third in Europe, and a third in the U.S. And the challenge for us in the U.S. really has been in growth, right? So this has been a depressed market in terms of growth. It's really where are you going to invest? Where are you going to place your bets in a tighter, constrained environment to make sure those bets actually deliver better to the expectations? And so for us, it's really around resource allocation. So when we get to growth, how do we feed the growers and take cost out of the laggards?
I think the days of sort of just, you know, things start to turn and you just immediately hit the gas pedal and you start doing this massive work probably are over. So it's really being very strategic and thoughtful and insightful about where the growth is going to be. And are you positioned from a people perspective to be able to pursue it?
And as we prepared for 2014, thinking about what are the levers, and I think there tends not to be one magic one, what are the levers to improve performance in light of this kind of multifaceted goal environment that we have?
There are a lot of human capital measures that one can talk about, but just to pick one that really matters to us, we really focus on engagement, and that has become almost super important as a measure goes over the last few years, because, as Roger said, we can connect, although not directly, but we can certainly relate engagement to performance and performance to shareholder value.
As I think there are countless examples of companies that have delivered market-beating performance, and if you go back and really look at the why are they able to drive market-beating performance? And there are so many instances that can tie it back to an engagement level of their workforce that directly contributes to driving the business results.
What are the key pillars that drives the company? And if two of the big ones are financial performance and people, then if we're looking to help drive the company towards our overall key goals and performance, we can't ignore the people side of things.
I think the way that plays out is that, at least for our business, when we're reviewing our strategic priorities and we're looking at some of the big pieces of work that we're trying to get done this year, the conversation starts with the financials performance and how are we doing versus plan, what are the gaps, what are the things that we need to do to really remediate that and get ahead of it.
And I think pretty traditional metrics around workforce costs, but not only the cost side, but we also work very hard to manage the retention, right? I think this view of the knowledge base within the current employee groups, it has value. And holding that knowledge base and then growing it to drive performance of the organization is critical. And so we really look at how well our managers are retaining their key talent and the cost of turnover.
And then starting to evolve the data from, let me share with you what we're seeing, to what does this really mean? And what are the insights that we can gather from that? So the real defining moment is when you can start to use it very proactively. And you start to partner together and say, hey, how do we use this so it's predictive for us? We can see things before they start to hit us. And we can use it to guide our decision making.
Our legacy obligations have really delivered some volatility over the last number of years. And so in our efforts to manage volatility and reduce overall cost levels, we've proactively taken a number of steps over the last half dozen years or so to address those concerns. We have recently completed our third annuity purchase with the help of our friends at Towers. Shameless plug. Okay.